I woke up today to a messy kitchen and a messy mind. This What I Eat in a Day video is going to be about how I cope after a night of overeating. Hi everybody, welcome to another video here on the Sam Cooks Kindness YouTube channel. I'm Sam and I am so happy that you are here. Today, this video is kind of a realistic What I Eat in a Day video. I am vegan, I don't eat oil most of the time, but I'm not perfect, and I just wanted to share with you how I cope after a quote failure. At a normal day of eating, how you normally see on this channel, but at nighttime, I found myself in the kitchen I was making my kids' lunches, and one snack turned into another snack, and I don't want to quite call it a binge, but it was heading there. Like, I was starting to feel that like mindless feeling that I used to have when I would have binges, but I was able to stop myself. So it wasn't a full-on binge, but it was eating excess calories, and it's not great, but I just want to be honest with you guys and let you see that not everything's always perfect. I know that sticking with the foods that I love and my basic habits is going to help me feel good today. So I started my morning like I usually do with my cauliflower oats. There's a scoop of protein in there, and mango and strawberries. I use kitchen shears to chop up those whole frozen strawberries after they're microwaved the first time. And I give it a quick mix and I pop it in the microwave again to make it nice and warm for when I'm back from my walk. I'm still loving my weighted vest. I've been using it since December, so of course I'm not going to make today any different. The sun was shining and it was a beautiful morning, so I enjoyed a nice walk with my husband and my pup.
Hi. Oh, so cute. So cute.
When I got back, I got myself a nice toasty cup of coffee, and I topped my oatmeal with some flax and soy milk and gave it a good mix. My goal for today is to just keep things super simple, super filling, lots of nourishing food and things that are going to nourish my soul a little bit, because when you have like those moments where you like overeat or something, you just don't feel good about it. But we live and we learn, and we let ourselves have a little bit of grace, and we don't beat ourselves up. So today I am fueling my body, I am fueling my soul, and I'm heading into hot yoga right now, and I'm really excited. This is my favorite class. I go basically every week, and it really makes me sweat and makes me feel flexible, and it makes me feel strong, and it makes me feel good. So I really enjoy it. See you after. So I'm getting a little bit of sunshine in, and I'm drinking my creatine and little electrolyte mixture that I have here. I just do a half a pack of the electrolytes. It's just Aldi brand, it's nothing special, but after sweating so much in hot yoga, this feels good. Just do a half pack because I don't really like the flavor of the whole pack. It's too strong for me. But this is refreshing, and the sun is shining, and it feels wonderful. So I'm sure many of us can relate to that late night snacking hole that we find ourselves in sometimes, and I've done some reflection trying to figure out what led me there, and it was probably a combination of a bunch of stuff. A little bit of stress. My dinner last night was pretty filling. It was like a taco salad, but it was rice-based. Rice and beans were my main starches, and I find that when I have a rice-based dinner, I love rice so much, but when I have a rice-based dinner, I'm always hungry later on, and those are usually the nights where I find myself wanting to snack and having a harder time stopping that late night snacking. So that might not be the case for everybody, but that's just something that I have noticed about myself. So I tend to try not to have too many rice-based meals for dinner. But like I said, I really like it. So it's hard sometimes to like completely avoid it. Like I shouldn't have to. I also know that previous me would have really beaten myself up over something like this happening, and I would have restricted, and it would have spiraled, and it would have led to a full-on binge. And that was the cycle that I was caught in for a long time, where I would binge, I would restrict because I felt bad and I beat myself up, and then I would just end up binging again because I was starving. So we're not falling back into that cycle. We are giving ourselves grace. We are fueling our body. I'm saying we like it's like all of us, but you know, I am giving myself grace. I am fueling my body, and I am moving on, and it's okay. It happens. I'm human, and today is a new day. We're going to make sure we have lots of filling starches and lots of nourishing vegetables in our meals, and dinner is going to be loaded with potatoes so that we are not hungry. Lunch today is going to be a combination of some air-fried vegetables and potatoes and some seitan. First, I pop my cut potatoes into the microwave steamer to get them mostly cooked so that this will come together super fast. And then I chop up my zucchini and my onion, and I get that into the air fryer first because it takes a little bit longer to cook. And then I let it finish cooking in the air fryer for probably another 6 to 8 minutes. I'm still obsessed with this seitan. I've been making it in bulk because it's so easy. The recipe is by Brooke from Miss Meatless Muscle. So if you want some low-calorie protein, I highly recommend you giving this a shot. It's very easy to make. I'll link it for you down below. I have my giant plate of food here, and this is just what I need right now, loaded with tons of non-starchy veggies that are going to keep the calories low, protein from that seitan, and potatoes to keep me full, and sauces so that it tastes extra delicious. Just a little drizzle on top. I love this combination of mustard and this sweet hot barbecue sauce because it kind of reminds me of like honey mustard almost. It's really, really good. That's the stuff. That's the stuff right there. I've been eating this combination for lunch probably for like the last 5 days now. It's just really, really good, and it's really filling, and I'm really enjoying it. So I get kind of obsessed with like the same foods. I'm sure some of you can probably relate to eating like the same foods over and over again, but it's what I like. I made myself a nice big bubbly with my soda stream to hydrate, and I am about to go relax for a bit. And by relax, I mean work in my garden. I'm gonna go work in my garden, and then my kids will be home. I'm gonna hang out with them for a little bit, so I'm gonna disconnect for a little while, and I will return at dinner. So I know I just ate these same vegetables at lunchtime, but I am going for it again because they are my favorite combination. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna make this like soy curl sweet potato barbecue component bowl situation. I've made a similar thing a few times and it's super delicious. So I'm gonna try to make a sheet pan version just to try to make it like even simpler steps, and we're just gonna roast everything in the oven and combine it, and I'm sure it will turn out delicious. As you can see, I started by rehydrating the soy curls and prepping all my veggies into this giant bowl. I seasoned it with some spices and a little bit of coconut aminos to give it some moisture, and then I mixed it up and divided it between 2 sheet pans to roast in the oven. While that was in there, I decided to mix up the dressing to go over top of it. It's just a combination of barbecue sauce, a little tahini, some more coconut aminos, and a little bit of lemon juice, as well as some more seasonings like garlic, smoked paprika, pepper, and I gave that a good whisk to get it all smooth and creamy. This sauce just makes the whole dish more interesting in the end. And the last little bit I had to do was finish off those soy curls, so I just drained them, gave them a little squeeze, and then seasoned them with a little bit more barbecue sauce and some spices. Then they got to go on their own sheet pan with parchment paper, and into the oven they went. This was a really easy sheet pan meal. I threw together the recipe for you so that if you want to try something similar, you can reference that and make it for yourself. Went out into the garden to grab some fresh cilantro because every dish needs a pop of fresh herbs in my opinion. And then I put it all together. I started my plate with some spring mix, topped it with those roasted veggies and sweet potatoes, the soy curls, fresh cilantro, and a nice drizzle of this barbecue tahini dressing over top. So this is that finished barbecue soy curl veggie bowl, and it looks so delicious. I already snuck a bite and it is delicious. That sauce is like smoky and creamy and just like puts the whole thing over the top, but 100% we'll make this again. I love being able to like roast the veggies all together without having to like think about it, and it's just a good dinner. Really good. So that is everything that I ate today. I really tried to focus on whole foods, foods that I know that I really enjoy and that satisfy me, so that I don't feel the need to pick and snack in the evenings and throughout the day. And I think I did a pretty decent job of that. I think it was helpful that I focused on doing things and tried to keep the food as simple and uncomplicated as I can. Like, a lot of the things that I ate today were just like on auto drive. They're things that I eat a lot and I'm just used to making and throwing together really quickly, so it didn't take a lot of thought behind it, and I was able to kind of focus on other things like getting to yoga and working in my garden and going for a nice walk, and like just focusing on things that weren't food. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it was relatable or gave you some permission to be kind to yourself. You don't have to guilt trip yourself after you have like a failure or a binge or whatever it is that made you feel bad in the first place. You don't have to beat yourself up. You can just move forward and focus on what you want to focus on. You don't have to let it make you spiral out of control. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here and say goodnight. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that I will see you in the next one. Bye.